DJM TV.
Country people, una welcome to DJM TV weekly news update for Pidgin English. Me wan like una this week na be una country brother Stanley Okocha. I beg my brother, my sister, if this one are the first time when you take dey watch our ogbonge news like this, I beg make you subscribe to our YouTube channel wey be DJM TV. Make you click on the notification bell so that you go continue dey receive hot ogbonge news like this. Our first news for today na be the one when it concern
DJM TV.
A lot of gaps along the line, but there was so much understanding, and we didn't need to do too much explanation to people. Everybody just said, well, let us go ahead and achieve the result. I'm happy we've achieved the result. We are here to congratulate each other. It could have been otherwise, but God refused that it should be otherwise. So on behalf of Mr. Governor and the Deputy Governor, on behalf of the Chairman of the Campaign Council, I want to sincerely thank all of you. It was a good experience, one that we will never forget in our life. Thank you very much.
Because the feat that you all pulled through can only be ascribed as such. I've heard the chairman talk about lapses or, gaps. In fact, as for me, as far as I'm concerned, it could not have been better. I did not see any of those gaps. You could not call any of those things you saw gaps. Because as the Director General said, if you sit back and reflect critically on where we are coming from, how all of this came together, the time we had, the resources we had, and the victory which we finally achieved, you could only describe it as a miracle. And all of you who contributed in one way or the other in making it happen, well, miracle workers. So much has been said, but I want to say from my own limited understanding and view of politics, I cannot recall or haven't read of an event similar to what we have achieved as a group. People forget that I joined the party less than 100 days ago. Right? Got the party ticket, put together this team, and we all went to war. And here we are today. So we must always put that in perspective, that what we did was all described as extraordinary. And it only happened because each and every one of us was committed to the outcome. Two separate parties, the candidate that was in one party coming into the other, and it's how do you expect that it will be seamless? But you all made it seem seamless. Look at what we had to do. Something that had rarely happened in our modern political life. We all got on the road and we walked from one ward to the other. Each person took their senatorial responsibility as if it was the end of their lives. Therefore, I am not surprised at the outcome and at the results we achieved. So, I want to say thank you to each and every one of us. I thought we should have this brief meeting this morning to first appreciate one another, for me to thank you, and to formally dissolve the campaign council now that we have gotten victory. And also to try and document what happened. Because you have made history. It is so easy for us to just move on. And fortunately for us, because of the caliber and quality of people and experience of the people here, we can't just move on. We need to go back, get our senatorial reports, because along the line we made commitments. And some of those commitments and most of those commitments have to be enshrined in our policies going forward over the next 4 years. Because by the grace of God, we'll go back to those people, our constituents, very soon again. And we should be able to say, as a party, this is what we promised, this is what we have accomplished, or this is what is work in progress. We're going to go back for local government elections. We're going to go back for midterm elections, national elections. So it's important that we document what we have promised. And then, as a party, this is what we did when we were on the side. The party helps in driving the policies of government. So we will have to do the documentation. We'll have to sit and put a transition team together, because some of you who were part of the campaign also have to be able to tell us how we can now take those elements from the campaign and put into a plan for government to run. I don't want to say too much this morning. As you can see, it's been one very hectic period for all of us. Even after the elections, some of you joined us to do the quick tour around our region and Abuja, and we'll just come back. So this is actually my first official day at work. That's why I'm wearing a suit again. And we have so much to do between now and the inaugurations. I will be calling on you and your individual capacities to solicit help, to get ideas, and to work with you in various capacities. As you can see from the reaction across the country, the country is watching EDO. They want to see how we will manage our victory and what we will do with this victory. The expectations from our people are at an all-time high. We have no choice but to deliver. The opposition, whoever they are, I'm sure are just not going to sleep. If anything, they may get a lot more vicious. We have issues on our side that we need to tidy up, but what I can promise you is that I will provide the required leadership. I promise to be fair, I promise to be objective, I promise to be transparent in my dealings with each and every one of you. On that note, I want to thank you and say that it would be nice for us to have a few comments from a few of you before we call it a morning. I know some people have flights to catch in another hour or two. So,
Jetty, you'll be fair, you'll be just, I will take into cognizance the role that each and every one of us has played in our winning this victory. Please, a lot of people are looking up to you because you are the leader. Remain resolute and ensure that what you have started, you take it to the next level. Thank you.
Every morning, my driver will bring newspapers from me from the NUJ. When he get to, he say, "Governor is playing golf." I say, "Oh my God, this man is playing golf." He said, "Now since morning they there, sir." I said, "This man doesn't even know what he's doing." At a point, I called the secretary to government. I said, "Are you sure the governor knows what's going on?" He said, "Yes, sir, he knows. I said, "This man wants to go back to Lagos. So they will kill us here in this video." He's not sure. He said, "No, he's in charge. He's in charge. Don't panic. Don't panic." I want to thank you. We'll be deceiving ourselves here if I say we didn't teach us a new brand of politics. I was at a day before election. Early in the morning, the Enogi of Yo came to my house. He was panicking. He said, "Oh, Obaseki, Obaseki. Yeah, we gotta go with feed. Yeah, we gotta go with feed." I just summoned courage so that the man will not panic the more. I said, "You already told us that they will keep the money, the people will vote for us." I just said, but I didn't believe in it. The next news I heard was that our people were collecting money and voting against them. And I asked them, "How do you do it?" They said, APC is up. So they sent their agent around and PDP is down. So when you put it up, they will know you voted. So our people started turning the ballot paper. And put it around because it was turned upside down. And they thought it was APC. I didn't believe, but it happened. And I saw it. Politics in Edo and Nigeria will never be the same again. It has shown that Edo is the heartbeat. And the love that was shown to you all over the country. When I saw people dancing in Asaba, Pauchi, Kano, as if it was a presidential election. So I want to congratulate you. And most importantly, our PDP brothers who gave us umbrella when we needed it most. Many of us were arguing, where do we now go? It was a great decision that you brought, and you stood by it without the pressure. Oh, PDP said, "No, that's where we are going." And they really played a great job. I want to thank Kulu Kulu One of Africa and the team. Senator Rogide, great man. Many times we got frustrated and we tried to find answers from me. I said, "You ask him now, which one you ask him?" So I want to thank everyone here, all the leaders, for working very hard. The election was to prediction, though I almost had a heart attack when I called Pascal. Pascal had that side. He said, "No good though." I said, "Okay, for your side." He said, "I don't know, what do you mean?" Hey, I said, "We don't die." I said, "But make we give a close marking, bumper to bumper. Make we not let them do their part of, we go finish them for themselves." And then they came out from that fight. I want to congratulate our brothers from Edo because they gave close marking. When they were coming with their vote from Edo, they had an advantage of about 23,000. They blocked them until Wekme, and Isha brought 25,000, wiping out the whole advantage. Edo was waiting with 80,000 that they added their own, and we're home and dry. So I want to thank everybody, and most especially, you are the new politician. Don't deceive us anymore. You know more than us. Thank you very much.
To bear on this election. For me, I take it from a spiritual angle. It was a manifestation of an unusual grace upon you, your deputy, and all of us. At some point, you recall that one of the last meetings, it was becoming like you and I were having a very heated argument over strategies. And I said, just like this, I said, what kind of situation is this? And I commended you on the day of the victory. I said, you taught me something new about faith. On the eve of the election, I went to Kulu Kulu. I said, "Governor, not give me anything. I don't know DG, nothing." he shook his big stomach and entered the room. I said, okay, let me go to DG. I went to DG. I said, your guy no give me anything. He just shrugged his shoulders, entered the room, and the next day drove out. I said, what kind of what do you call it, temptation is this? As I left his house dejectedly, I remembered my last encounter with SSG. He said, Pascal, do you know what is happening? At every turn, we are just harvesting friends, because there was a significant thing that happened. Somebody was supposed to be a major enemy and a major protagonist against us, turned out to be his friend, and he just came and called him. And I was with him, and he said, Pascal, see, this election is an election that God is interested in. So I remember, as I remembered him, I entered my car, and I boldly now went to my village. I said, I won't call any of you again that day on the election. I said, I won't call anybody again. Now that it's become a spiritual thing, I know what to do. I'll anchor with God. And unusual of me, I went home, had meetings with the people in the community, and I went to sleep. Because I now thought it's God's battle. And that was why when we were coming on the day of the election, when they were now trying to, when Narrows the Way brought that, Narrows the Way is Christian Harry, if you don't know. When he sent that post, that we should occupy INEC now. My wife was jittery. And I told her, I said, God has brought us this far. He cannot change now. I said, look, let's just go home. I'm not going to any INEC office. God has started this thing, we finish it. And within 30, 40 minutes, the whole thing changed again. The man who had become invisible became visible, and we saw him. And the result, because they prepared, because shortly before he released that statement, they had changed. The result in the media was now APC 17, PDP 10. I said, the information we got before was that we cleared everything. It was an outcome. But we thank God for everything. And I am happy that I had this opportunity to work with you closely during this election and your DJ. I never saw him pray. But some days ago when I went to service, they were praying. I said, okay. Because I was wondering, I said, other people are praying. Some are mad about, some are this. When are we praying? Of course, I never saw you pray, Your Excellency. But God. And so, at the personal level, at the spiritual level, I have become more enriched. That when God is with you, no matter what, it will always turn out well. And I want to thank you for proving that you can be tenaciously stubborn. And that is faith. Faith is holding on strongly against all odds. And you showed me how that faith can be. And that is why, whatever they are doing now, wherever they are going to, my story is still that God that has brought us this far will not die today and will not die tomorrow. We will meet them again wherever they are going to. And we will always come here to celebrate. Thank you very much, Your Excellency. Congratulations, all of us.
Campaign Council, headed by our own Kulu Kulu One of Africa, Oduma of the universe, the man that has composed a song which many people have nominated him for a Grammy Award at the end of the year. So very soon you'll be hearing his name on one of the nominees for a Grammy Award. They did very, very well. And it's only God that can help us to really appreciate you and your campaign council for all what you did. So once again, please tell members of the council, or the campaign council, how profoundly appreciative we are as a party to all of you. I'm sure without your drive, without your tenacity, without your creativity, it will have been difficult for us to get our message to our people. So once again, thank you, and thank you, and thank you. Well, we had to do what we had to do. The State Working Committee met with the LGA chairman, and we've asked them to give us a report at the level of the local government. Out of the 18 local governments, as we speak this morning, 15 have submitted. So we're waiting for the other 3 local governments to give us their reports. And then we'll put it together and hand it over to His Excellency. That should happen before the end of this week. The other thing we've done, Your Excellency, is to ask INEC, we've written them officially, to give us CTC of all the result forms from Form EC8A, EC8B, EC8C, and EC8D. We expect that the Secretary, Hillary, should be getting that before the week runs out. That will enable us to go through those results unit by unit and attach those units to leaders and members of the party so as to help Your Excellency in doing what you have to do with those results. Having said that, my own appeal to everyone here and through you to members of the party, failure is an orphan. Success has a lot of cousins, nephews, brothers, sisters, and how we manage this success, everybody will be looking up to us. We've managed to get the success we got at the polls. It is now for us to manage our success. And that's a very difficult task to do. It's extremely difficult to do. Very difficult. In fact, perhaps even more difficult than where we are coming from, what we just achieved. But I want to use this opportunity to beg all of us. Number one, let us lower our expectations. We have to lower our expectations. Normally, trouble comes when your expectation is high and what you get is then grumbling and annoyance. So I beg of you, let us lower our expectations, number one. Number two, there is no need to bring anybody down for you to go up. There's no need. No need to tell lies. No need to go and tell people, oh, look at this person, look at what he said about you. Oh, the governor was passing that day, he didn't greet you properly. Look at it, he greeted the other person well. The deputy governor didn't smile at you. We don't need those things now. We don't. Trust me, we don't. I've always told somebody before, winning alone for me is all what I need. That the flag of the PDP is in government house is all what I need. And I will implore all of us, please, in the name of God, don't bring down anybody, more so with lies, for you to climb. That climbing will be very, 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 very temporal. And the fall will be so, so painful. Let us give the governor all the support he needs. In his quiet moments, God will direct his mind to call one or two people to say, okay, come and take this. It will happen. It's God's favor that gives people things. It's not because we go there to sleep, we go there from morning till night. That's not what gives you anything. God's favor. So I once again want to thank all of us, all of you, for all what you did. And to thank His Excellency for, how would I say that? Because there was a day we were almost quarreling. And when I got home, I told my wife, man, I don't get it. My wife said, what happened again? And I told the story. I said, how I want to do this one now? I said, I don't know. Okay, call this person, call this person. But after speaking with those 2-3 people, she suggested, I kind of calmed down. But one good thing about him, after that, the next time he sees you, it's as if nothing happened. And I think some of us don't have that kind of, I don't have that kind of, if I'm annoyed with this moment, the next time I see you, you will still see it on my face that I wasn't happy. So we've learned that, and we'll take that on, and we hope that God, in His infinite mercies, that gave us this victory, will give us the wisdom to manage our successes. Thank you very much.
For me, it was a completely new experience. New experience, yes. I must give it to Mr. Governor. You know, we have been in politics and in elections. We all were short-circuited. And like others said, we learned a few things. You know, when we set out, actually, you know, we thought we were going to take the normal, you know, procedure. But you kept on saying, no, this election is different. We are going to do it like this. Initially, some of us said, let us see how it works. And then, let me not even mention the last pronouncement, you know, that baffled me. You know, it was in the dead of the night when we met and he said, look, he didn't look at the election, he said, I'm not buying any vote. I looked at him, I said, it was the I'm not buying any vote. He said, what we have on ground is enough evidence for the people to support us. You know, that confidence. And in fact, I just reflected, I said, it is true. A politician really doesn't need to do the unusual when you have verifiable evidence of performance. And I think that's going to be a lesson for our party. You know, our electorates have become so knowledgeable that until election day, when they are going to submit their sovereignty to the ballot paper, you really do not know their mind. When we're going from place to place, and a lot of our EDO people, some waving at us to express their support, some others just walk past, like we are waiting for that day. We are waiting for that day. So, I want to see that this success that we have recorded, the governor, please, the ingenuity that you have brought into this whole process. And a lot of us too, particularly who were on the other side, were in opposition to, you know, to your party, your former party, the APC. We didn't know how much really you have worked. And your campaigns and what we saw on ground showed to us really that you worked. So it made a whole lot easier for us. So the appeal to you is to do more, so that other persons that will come after you at different levels too can benefit from it. But that is what it is. That if the party and government, we don't do well, nobody too can stand in this stand and benefit from it. From councillorship to presidency, it will affect our people, the results that we're going to post. So everybody really is going to have my appeal that you should be unhindered so that you can do your work. And doing your work, you know, I know you're a wise man, and God will always give you even more wisdom. You know, you can see, you know, the spectrum from the very educated men, women, young people. We all have different intellects. And then the way we have different intellects, the same thing we have our nuances, different directions. There are people who believe that the only way we can participate and benefit from this process is to try to spoil it with our tongue and all of that. And the people you had good relationship with, today now we are all pouring encomiums on ourselves. The next time we are coming with a certain problem, this one said, this one said. If you, the head, just like you have done, because I observed it, you brought everybody together, you are beginning to understand each and everyone, but this is what you see in the political family. So I'm going to join the chairman in emphasizing that again and again. Today, there is amity between us. Maybe the next time I come, you are frowning. Oh, what happened? Somebody must have told him something. This is what you see. It has ruined political families before. This is what we must point right now. One of the ways of consolidating on our gains is to try as much as possible to be fair to one another. We need that amongst ourselves. Storytelling, you know, going behind and tongue-lashing people and telling lies, that one may just start to creep in. But please, it depends on you. Anybody says anything, okay, no, mind. I said something about Senator Ozabere, I'm going to call him. Let us iron it out. By the time they know you have taken that posture, that was what we learned from Chief Aneni. If anybody went to Chief Aneni to say something, he would tell you, hold on, call that person. So next time you don't come back again, because that is one of, the characteristics of a good leader. So, Mr. Governor, let me thank you too on behalf of Edo South. I'm going to Abuja this morning. I'll probably be back, around the weekend. Because my Edo South people are not here. This chairman is here, Honorable Charlie Temple, Charles Dausa, Senator Ozamiri, those of us from Edo South, Bede Yama and Honorable Jude said there, and a few others. The push was hard. The meetings I had with our chairman, at the time it was as if they were students, because we needed to get the results. A couple of times we had meetings in my house. I'm sure some of them frowned and they left, but I told them just before the election, I think after the election, I said I'm going to have a party for everybody, so that I have the opportunity of, begging them to forget some of the things that I said to them, at meetings, all for us to get the result that we got. Every one of us in our different areas, we consolidated and we did what we needed to do. In fact, the chief of staff, who is supposed to be a new entrant, I never knew too that he could be very hard. And the result he posted in Ovia Southwest, I thought he was kindergarten. I didn't know that he is already a professor. And, there are pockets of SGAs, that were particularly in my central district, where we fought, that were known for certain results. But this time, the result was different. And what we got from Edo South, without sounding immodest, I think for you it's been the best result. We never had it so good. Even me winning central elections a couple of times, Charlie Temple will always want falsify results from the hall. And Ovia Southwest, you see leaders fighting one another. Our deputy state chairman, as he came in, all of us were able to submit efforts, to get our results. Only one too that we thought was going to be the devil's den turned out to be one of our best places, and because of the efforts that we all put in, I want to, convey, my sincere appreciation through the chairman when I come weekend. And please, when we invite you to come, because you are from our district, please try to be there so that we just can, thank our people. Thank you very much. God bless you all.
For this great victory that's granted us. And again to thank our amiable governor and deputy governors and all leaders for working together as a team to achieve this great victory. Let me also thank the chairman of the party for saying something that is very important when victory comes our way. And that has to do with gossiping within the party and outside the party. Let me advise at this point in time that we must be careful at all times in talking about people, whether your friends or party leaders, because it's one of the ways that can easily crumble a party. Again, luckily for us, I know that the governor is an upright person. He has shown capacity, has shown quality leadership that we have experienced so far. And I'm sure he will not be able to, he will not take to some of these gossips that will go a long way to damaging the party. Let me use this opportunity to thank all these men and women for queuing behind me to record the victory that we recorded. I'm proud of some people, and I'll continue to thank them day in and day out for the confidence they have reposed in me and for this administration. I've always cried to have a governor. You know, for 5 years, I didn't come to government house. And you know what it is if you are just walking alone. I think now that we have a governor, I know some people are going to smile. On this note, let me thank each and every one of you And in fact, the leadership of this party, our great governor, let me advise that you must carry everybody along. God bless you.
I think my final word is that if you just think about what we did as a campaign council, one thing we did that was very unique, we went to every ward and we treated every ward uniquely. And if you read the constitution of our party very carefully, the foundation of the party is at the ward level. So, if we have achieved such great success using that model, I will want to try that model in governance. So, as leaders of the party, it doesn't matter whether you are a governor or you're a senator. I think I will judge you and I will interact with you based on your word. Because if we are to get the dividends of democracy to our people, then we must decentralize that way. Every word needs water. Every word needs light. Every word needs, every word needs employment for their youth. So that is the way I think we should approach government. And that way, it will limit the rancor. Because you will get your own. If we plan on that basis, everybody will get. Yes, you will escalate it to local government when all the ward people, the ward leaders sit down and meet. Huh? Then we will deal at that level. Then if you now agree to be senatorial, we deal at that level. But it comes from the bottom up. And if we do that, you find out that they will remove a lot of pressure on us, the leaders. Because you cannot say you did not get something at the ward. So if we adopt that approach through governance, which is essentially what I want to do, I think it will go a long way. From my previous experience, there was something we did, and many of you may not have realized it, but we were tracking. We had what we call ward development committees. And I noticed that a lot of our leaders were not involved. They thought they were above that. So they missed out on a lot of the things that were going on at that level. If, for instance, today, I want to go, I'm doing micro grants from Dangote, right? They've given us, how much? 180 million. I need to send micro grants down easily because I'm going to give 10 million per local government. To each ward, not local government. I'm going to divide it according to the number of wards we have. And so the leadership in that ward will decide on what happens in that ward. You cannot come and decide for me what will happen in Oredo. The same thing with water. The same thing, at least those basic things. And that is what will give us political presence. So if we did that, then this whole animosity and acrimony will be reduced. So the conversation I expect to have when I'm dealing with any leader is, this has not happened in my place. So let me go and check why it has not happened. And at the end of the day, I can assure you, there will be enough to go round. Enough to go round. The other thing I want you to be very clear of, the type of politics we used to practice, of saying we are doing all of this so that we can go and get federal, it is not there again. That is why the chairman said it is a totally different paradigm. Even if they give you federal board appointment now, Senator Charlie Temple is there. From railway, have you people gotten anything? Nothing. We have to build our own, locally and regionally. I am going to be emphasizing the Brits Commission. I'm going to be making sure that we wrestle NDDC down and bring more of the resources in. We are the only ones, we have to take our fate in our hands. The federal government is technically broke. We, Edo State, every month we are able to pay our salaries without borrowing. Federal government is not able to pay its ways without borrowing every month. So that's why we should expand our politics locally. And there is so much. I cannot tell you what we have. You, by time will tell and you will see. There is so much. Please just get active politically at the grassroots level and along the hierarchy. I will not not do anything without interacting with you. I want to thank you and to say the work is not over. The Deputy Director General and the DG are going to sit down with the technical team and the party to give us all the reports. We will sit down and then we'll now take it from there, and we will meet with you from time to time in your various caucuses. Once again, thank you very, very, very much.
DJM TV.
My brother, my sister, if this one are the first time when you take a watch our Ogbonge news like this, I beg, make you subscribe to our YouTube channel when be DJM TV. Make you click on the notification bell so that you go continue to receive all thought Ogbonge news like this.
DJM TV.